You got a clean shot. And every 10 minutes I want
Hey, Learning
Hi,
Curve.
this is Scott Jordan, and you are watching live here at Cellars of Sonoma in beautiful Railroad Square, Santa Rosa, California. Take two.
After all that IT.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to TV Tuesday Live. It's a live show. You know, this is, well, it's a show where we talk about wine, we taste wine, and I get to interview winemakers and chefs and people in the hospitality business. And I've got one of my favorite winemakers here from Gann Family Cellars. Michael, welcome. It is a pleasure to have you.
I'm glad we're live.
You guys really have to see this live in the tasting room to really appreciate it. We have been struggling with technology all the way through the shows that we've done, and I went to the last week. I went to the Geek Squad over at Best Buy, and I brought my other laptop, and I said, okay, let's look at my laptop. We did this analysis, and we analyzed what it takes to do the. We were right at the edge of that's as far as you can make the thing hum.
Out of horsepower.
So I said, I'm going to buck up and get the new 4-core Superman, Willy Dolly, the whole, right?
Right.
I said, give me your best geek. Let's really get with the program. And we got the monster. But the problem is I haven't bought a computer in a while. And I forgot that when you buy a brand new computer, you have to load all these drivers for all these things. And I didn't load the one for the video.
Just in the nick of time, though.
I did get it right at the very end.
You found it nick of time.
I did.
So.
Well, we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to taste some of your wines, talk about a wine that we just released in the tasting room that we're really digging. That's one right there. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And wines for the beautiful summer that we're about to embark on, and we're having parts of it today. The weather's been pretty.
The weather
darn
turned
nice.
since last weekend, or 2 weekends ago. It just started rocking.
Yeah, gotta love it. Want to say thank you and a hello to our bloggers, our Tampa wine woman, and my vine spot, Dan Godwin, and the Wander. Would you like some affection? Iowa, we've got Virginia and Florida covered. Mm-hmm. So those of you tuning in, we're going to taste through the wines, talk about wines. We're also going to do our contest, which we are up to
7 bottles of wine?
7.
Oh.
Now it's getting interesting.
For $1.
No, $7.
$7.
No,
$1
free.
Right.
Gotta get something. So anyway, we're going to taste wine and talk about it, and talk about what's coming up this weekend, talk about what's coming up next week. We've got comedy next week, second Thursday of the month. That's going to be very, very cool. It's our 3rd comedy, I think, that we did. Yeah. You could have had a comedy just on me earlier. So let's talk about Sauvignon Blanc.
Let's talk about Sauvignon Blanc.
It's the perfect weather for Sauvignon Blanc.
It is.
But we drink this all year round.
We do. Well, we're in California.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, even in the bad weather, it's a great wine. Number one, great price point, right?
Yep.
$20.
Yep.
And if you're not a wine club member, you're missing it. Hello, we'll forgive you and let you join the wine club.
Because it would only be how much for a wine club member?
Well, then it's only $18.20 or something.
How about $16? How much
Something,
do they get?
I don't know,
20% off?
15.
15%.
They shouldn't even get that. 15.
So it'd be $17.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how bad is that?
That's a great deal.
Yeah. And good luck finding a wine that's estate-grown, Russian River fruit, 25% barrel fermented, right? Is that about
20, 25, right in there.
And why do you do that? Tell the folks why you do that.
So the reason we do that is when you age a wine on the lees and it goes through a little bit of a stirring regime like a Chardonnay does, it just adds a little creamy texture to it. So you get a little more viscosity to it. The stuff that's all tank fermented tends to be, I'll just use the word watery. It just doesn't have that viscosity to it. So
Okay.
little, Chardonnay gets that, almost gets a little syrupy or oily.
Yeah, right.
That's the viscosity that's really coming out. And so we just do a little bit of that. We're not, the barrels that we use when we age on barrel aging are not new. They're like 3 years old, so they don't impart any oak on it. So we're really trying to just preserve all that fruit.
Right.
But it gives it that viscosity, which we love.
Yeah, well, and it's a big favorite here. The other thing that's cool about it, I didn't show you, is it's a screw cap.
Our first one.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, say whatever you want to say, but there are so many times I'm running around all looking for a freaking opener. It just makes me crazy.
Yeah.
This is simple. It doesn't
Yes.
have to be
Yes.
complicated. I don't need to hear the thud.
And there's a ton of Sauvignon Blancs that actually come in screw caps.
And I'm okay with other wines. Maybe I'm not going to do my Bordeaux blend in a screw cap,
Yeah.
but maybe I would do a Zin or Merlot or something. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Beautiful wine, a great wine to start your meal with. Spicy foods work really well with this. Just clean, refreshing, great price point. I mean, you can't go wrong. Sauvignon Blanc, man, fits in.
No, in hot weather, yeah. I mean, it goes down. It's kind of throw 3-4 bottles in there along with beer in the ice cooler and just pull it out. And
You're good.
it goes down very refreshing on a hot day.
Yeah, and you can serve it pretty cold. I mean, I don't have too much of a problem. Although, when you take a wine and you make it too cold, then you lose all the fruit and we kind of lose all the
It
structure.
warms up. On a hot day, the bowl's it's gonna open up pretty
Yeah,
quickly.
and
right?
hot is what we're looking at because it's going to be warm. We like this.
It was like 85 or 90 this past weekend, and the weekend
man.
before that, it was like
smoke.
95. It was
Well, then
really
it got
hot.
cold and it did some weird rain thing and it tried. So, what do you know about the vineyards? I was out. What is today? Tuesday.
May 1st.
I was out. Oh, it's May Day. Okay. For all you Americans out there. I went Sunday. We went out and hit some wineries in the Kenwood area, which is on this other side.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of vines pushing hard, man.
They are.
Yeah, and they were looking good.
It's getting there. They're starting to grow. They've got a few inches on them. I was worried in like February, March because it was so warm. And I'm thinking we're going to have a hard freeze late, and it's going to kill it. But the good news is we haven't had a really bad freeze, and
Well, it would be
knock,
nice.
knock on wood.
There's wood somewhere.
Yeah.
It would be nice for us to have a normal year. The last two have been a little erratic.
Challenging.
Challenging. To say, right?
Yeah. Very challenging.
And then I'm hearing stuff about the bulk market kind of drying up, and I'm hearing prices jumping on some fruit.
Right. Absolutely. So, inventories have been a little bit deep, and those have been selling through, and so now wineries are starting to gear up production because they don't have all that wine sitting in the warehouse, and they're looking at growth as the economy recovers and people are buying more. We're seeing good sales numbers in all different segments and price points, so it's back to growth, which is great. So you've got all these wineries out there competing for contracts, and it just when there's more demand than supply, it just ticks up the price. So
the caution then is for those of you that are tuned in, you may see some price increases down the road. It's just inevitable. You got to pass that along somehow. Your margins are thin enough as it is now, and so you take advantage of the wines that are out current release because you're going to get some real bargains when you look back at what these prices are going to go to for the 2012 vintage. So that's why those of you that join the wine club, you get a nice fresh look at these wines. You reorder what you want. We often give an additional discount on the reorder.
right.
So you go from 15 to 20% off, and then you
Then
can
it's
stock
$16
up.
a bottle.
Then it's $16, exactly. And so you want to take full advantage of that. I mean, that you really do, and because the market is coming back, and it does mean higher prices out there. But
So let's talk about this stylistically. I love California Sauvignon Blanc. It's very different than your New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc.
Yes.
The New Zealand tends to be very grassy, kind of that.
And why is that Is it a soil issue as well?
I don't actually have an honest answer for you. I would think it is because it's such a consistent characteristic from that part of the world. I would say it is a kind of a terroir-based issue. So ours tend to be much more, or California as a whole tends to be much more tropical, tends to be much more citrus-led. Ours, I mean, for me, this is like all grapefruit on the front.
Yeah, right.
And you get a little pineapple in there, maybe a little lemon. Very crisp, very crisp. Love this with barbecued chicken in the summertime.
Yeah.
This is people love this with oysters.
Yeah.
Great pairing there. Love this with cracked crab too.
Yeah, that'll work, huh?
Yeah, love that.
Yeah,
I think this with lobster might not stand up to lobster enough. I might switch to a Chardonnay. When you go to a lobster.
Yeah.
But as you said, spicy foods. Love this with. We do like Chinese takeout, Asian food.
Thai
love
food,
it.
any of that stuff.
Thai would be perfect with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love that. Beautiful wine. Again, retail price on that, a hot $20 for all estate free. You gotta love that. All right, let's talk Chardonnay.
Move to Chardonnay.
This is 2007.
2007.
Another great vintage year. I mean, they really.
07's a great year.
The wines were fantastic. Although I'm starting to see some of the 8s coming out, and I'm liking that. I'm seeing some great consistency, 07, 08, 9. So before we go too far in this wine, I want to do the drawing, and if we don't get a winner, we'll do one at the end.
Okay.
But we want to introduce that. Those of you that visit the tasting room, you have an opportunity to do our blind tastings. Now, currently a Pinot tasting. You taste 4 Pinots. You try to pick the order that we poured of the wine. If you guess it, your tasting is free. But if you're a wine club member, we'll give you a glass of wine for hitting all 4. Very few have hit it. It's a tough one. It's not easy. However,
is it always Pinot, or do you switch it around?
We're going to switch it around now that we have another month. The menus change every month, so we'll flip it. I'm leaning maybe towards Zin. We may have enough in the room between the vintners we have to come up with a Zin. Or I might do maybe 3 Zins and 1 wild card, something to throw everybody off a little bit. Might be kind of fun. Yeah. So there's a couple of scenarios I'm working in my little brain.
Great.
And the pace I was going earlier, it's a really little brain. So anyway, when you get done with the tasting, you get to enter in a contest to be able to buy a bottle of wine for $1. And the deal is you got to be tuned in to win, like you guys are from home or here in the tasting room. I call your name, you win. Last week we had several local people that I know of. I didn't get to see them, but when they get in next time, we're gonna have to tell them. It's a big deal now. It's now up to 7 bottles, folks. 7. Okay. Now it's a little interesting. Now there's really something.
It's a sweet deal.
It's a sweet deal. One of our great wine club members, Al Kaplan, he's won a couple times. We drew his name when we had 1 bottle.
Yeah.
And he elected to put his name back in the hat so we'll have a shot at a bigger number.
Yeah.
So we gotta love that. How are we doing over there? All right. So if you guys have questions, all you have to do is ask questions, and we will answer them live. We will make up anything we don't know. That's just the way we roll. That's how it works. Now, last time,
Stump the winemaker.
See, you and Heidi Barrett, you pulled Suede.
I did.
And
I
she
dove
did
to
too.
the bottom of the bag.
I know.
mean, I was really trying to.
I was all through this today, and I mixed it up. There's no Suede.
Okay, I'm going all the way to the bottom.
There is absolutely no Suede in there.
Okay, I got it.
He's banished from the. Oh God, I love these. I love these. How about Holly Dunye? Holly, give us a call. You have until the end of the show to call. And no one, do not. My wife's behind the camera, and that's her girlfriend. And yeah, so we know. Where's your phone? Get her phone. Do not let her.
No
text.
texting.
No texting.
No texting.
I will check. She has to show me her phone. All right, let's go ahead with 2. We'll pull 2, and we'll pull 2 at the other end.
Okay.
Right. Just for. All right.
There we go.
All right. So, I know Holly's not. All right. Bridget Alvarez. This person has won before.
Really?
And I
Is she
emailed them.
Local girl?
Can't tell you because they didn't give me the area code.
Got to be local then.
Yeah, that must be. Bridget Alvarez, you have won 7 bottles of wine, but you have to be tuned in to win.
Yes, you do.
All right, let's talk about Chardonnay. We'll come back. Great price point on this wine. What is that, a hot?
$25.
Okay, all estate, Russian River.
Less than 2,000 cases of production.
Process.
Did I forget to tell you? 91 points.
91 points.
Wine
enthusiast.
Yep.
And for those of you that don't know, when the rating houses, Wine Enthusiast, Wine Spectrum, those Spectator. Sorry, that's the place down the street.
Yeah.
Wine Spectator, Wine and Spirits. They do a number scale like you have in school, and anytime you get over a 90, you're doing really well. But if you get over a 90 in a white wine, you're really doing well, right? I mean, that's you don't see as many of those.
Yeah, it seems like there's an automatic 5-point deduction for being white. So it seems like you start at 95. Maybe I'm just being a little jaded there, but it's like, what? Why does that happen?
So you have a automatic 5 points because you're white?
Sure seems
not
like
you,
it.
the wine. Okay. All right, we're going live. This is out of control. We're going live to Sarah for a question. If she can stop laughing, you got to really make sure you bury that mic.
So what is the oak regimen that you use on your Chardonnay, and what percentage of malolactic?
Oh, the tough stuff. Right.
So this wine is 100% barrel fermented, and we do about 40% is new French oak, 60% neutral barrels, 2-3 years old. Stirring regime in the beginning is a couple times a week, and then it kind of dials back after about a month to once a week, and it just kind of goes back.
Tell them, what are you talking about?
Stirring regime. So again, it's
I know what you're doing. But.
Yeah, it's in the barrel, it's aging on the lees, and as it sits there, the lees all drop to the bottom of the barrel. So they have like this really cool little...
I call it a broken putter. It's kind of a weird looking...
I think botonnage, I think is the French term for it, but it's like this little propeller on the end of a curved rod, and you actually take the bung out and fish it through the top hole in the barrel, and you spin it around, and the little propeller opens up, and then it takes all that lees and it basically mixes it all up, and all the lees get suspended back up in the wine, and then it takes another couple days for it to settle all the way to the bottom. And that process just really it gives you that texture, the viscosity. It gives you a little more intensity, because all the juice is now in contact with that.
Right.
So we talked about 100% barrel fermented, 40% French newer oak, 60,
which you can tell that it was some new oak here.
So then,
but not overdone. It's not the oaky,
So wines go through 2 fermentations. The first fermentation converts sugar to alcohol. Okay. The second fermentation turns malic acid into lactic acid. Lactic like milk. So malics are much sharper, much more sharper. Malics are much softer, rounder, kind of like when you drink a glass of milk. It's got that, it's not very acidic.
Right.
So that's another, and all red wines go through ml. Chardonnay goes through ml as well, or some Chardonnays go through ml. This is about 80% complete on ml. So we've got some barrels that didn't fire up, and we're actually okay with that. So rather than doing a little cross-pollination to get some of the enzymes in there that actually make the ml fire up, we don't even worry about it. And then when we get to a place that we like, you sulfur it down and kind of keep everything where it needs to be.
Do you have to heat the room up to?
It can help the firing process for that. And there are times when we will actually not warm the room up, but we'll actually take all the barrels out of the cold storage area in the middle of the day and just let that ambient temperature kind of bring them up a little bit.
Okay. because I worked for a winery where they had a cave storage, and they left the barrels in there and pumped heat in that sucker, and really, I mean, they really got it going to get that thing
The
started.
gas to drive the forklift is less expensive than heating the cave. So
They have a lot of money.
Go with it. Yeah, I guess so.
They have a lot of money.
And they also have there's red rooms and there's white rooms.
Yes, which they had
so
both.
you can kind of keep the temperature and adjust.
It was
accordingly.
interesting, though, that, they're really trying to get that thing to jumpstart,
Yeah.
get it going.
Yeah, we had a big problem this last year. I mean, ML took forever on the 11s, and so we were out there and actually had.
Was that a factor of the way what you ended up bringing in?
Yeah, I think so.
The
We think
bricks
so.
when you picked it.
Well, it's lower bricks, but I don't know that that's the cause. There were a lot of people had ML issues, so.
Yeah.
We actually had did a little enzyme addition just to kind of get it fired back up and give it the right nutrients and all that stuff so it can kind of finish.
Yeah.
And we did pull it out of the warehouse and
get
in
it
the
in
barrel room and put it out in the driveway and let
the
it warm
sun
up a
do
little
its
bit.
thing.
Yeah.
I love that. For those of you that are coming down to Railroad Square this weekend, we have on Wednesday we've got live music with Ricky Allen Ray. And we got live music with Ricky Allen Ray. And I bet you I screwed that slide up too. Just thought of that. And then on Thursday we have Dustin Saylor. He's been our guy for Thursdays and does a fantastic job. And then John Pita, yeah, the other shot's not there. John Pita, he plays on Friday. And then on Saturday is Billy Kingsbury. You do? Okay.
When does first
Billy Kingsbury. Coordinator of that event on the other side of this camera. Right?
Is it start this Friday?
No, it doesn't. It's June.
June. Okay.
Starts June. And that's another fun event, Summer Nights, where you come down and on the first Friday, streets closed. We'll have tables out for having dinner. We'll have vendors for food. We'll have live music. A lot of our boys are playing, the bands we have. And we're excited about that because we only see them just as a guitar player, Yeah. But these guys have full bands.
Right.
Yeah, it's really cool. And there'll be wine tents with all kinds of wines. And it's just going to be fun. It's going to be a very cool event. So this is the place to hang out and drink wine.
Absolutely.
Gotta love that. All right. So let's go to Pinot Noir. Let's talk Pinot. And
Sarah's mic's not working.
Sarah's mic is not working at all? Oh, interesting. Maybe she didn't turn the volume on. Did you? Okay.
Now we're switching to Pinot?
We're going to go Pinot.
Okay.
With Pinot, we have to go to a different glass. We talked about this last week. I always
really?
bring up...
Did you ever bring, what kind of glasses are these?
Well, these are Riedels.
These are Riedels.
This is Riedels,
Nice.
the best glass one of the best
Money
glasses
can buy.
And they're fairly expensive. We sell them for $15, but truly, it really makes a huge
does, absolutely.
difference. If I poured it in this combination red and white glass, it would smell like a different wine. The aromatics just don't come out unless you've got a big enough bowl, and you have to have this little curvature here
Yes.
to let that aroma roll over. Because Pinot, unlike other wines, is real aromatic. It's got a bunch going on, and you want to smell all that. Now this is a 09 young.
Bowl full of cherries.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh.
I'm noticing the spices coming out as this ages in the bottle. The spice is
Well,
becoming more
it keeps
and
changing.
more. Yeah,
It keeps changing.
I'm loving this wine.
Yeah. Well, it's the first Pinot off of that vineyard, right? And
See that spiciness level on the finish?
Awesome.
It's really kicking in.
wow, I'm liking that. Retail on this, where are we?
40.
40. And that's such an amazing price if you think about what's out there in the marketplace. And I hit a bunch of wineries over the weekend, and I'm seeing entry levels that are $45, $50.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, for a state fruit, which this is a state fruit. Man.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta love that. Well, this is and really, you know, Pinot can take a little bottle aging.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I think people get afraid of Pinot to age them, but I really like. I mean, we've opened up some older vintages in here, and we've been very happy with the.
If
aging
they're
process.
well made, they're going to be able to, I think they're going to be able to lay down for a while.
And what are you aging this in, and for how long?
This is, it's almost identical to the Chardonnay program. I mean, it actually, same duration. It actually turns quickly like Chardonnay, so you're bringing it in September, October, and, you know, late the next year, you're putting it in the bottle. So it's not like a Bordeaux varietal where it may see, you know, 18 months of barrel aging. This is more like, you know, 10.
10, wow.
So it's not quite as long. Again, you know, we're a younger, capital-constrained winery, so it's not like we can afford to throw 100% oak, new oak at stuff. So this is about a third new oak. Again, all French.
Yeah, but that program seems pretty normal. It doesn't seem unusual.
Are you happy with this?
Oh yeah, the wine's beautiful.
I think it's beautiful too.
Yeah.
So
And I don't think you want to overdo it on the
No.
oak anyway. I mean,
No.
I don't think it's
you
necessary.
let the fruits shine through.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Pinot has a problem in growing in certain areas. It really wants that protection of the hot sun late in the afternoon. It wants that fog to come in.
Again, compared to a Cabernet, it's a very thin-skinned grape, and it does not handle abuse well. So
Right.
whereas, you know, Cabs and thicker, even Zinfandel, thicker-skinned grapes, you can grow them in really hot climates, and you can just beat them up, and they'll survive. They'll do well.
Yeah.
But something like Pinot can't handle it. It'll just get trashed. So that's why being on the coast here and having Mother Nature's air conditioning constantly coming in here and keeping us at a very moderate level, absolutely beautiful. Russian River's arguably one of the best growing regions in the world for Pinot Noir.
And we we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. The appellation got a little expanded. We're actually in the Russian River right now, where this was technically, I guess it was Sonoma Coast before where we are now.
Yeah.
So if you throw up that map, Angie, throw that map up if you would, please, and it shows that's the original map before the expansion, and you know, and it's interesting because some of those vintners are going to have to flip their label to Russian River, right?
But they're going to be very happy in doing so.
Well, they're
Because there's a premium that people, I mean, Russian River, after Napa, in the United States, after Napa, Russian River Valley is the second most well-known appellation. It's a great brand. People know it. They trust it. And you can actually charge a little bit more for Russian River wines than you can just Sonoma Coast.
Yeah, I guess some of the things, some of the vintners may have a personal attachment to the Sonoma Coast, you know, because that was, you know, you took their baby away and now you changed it to something else. But I think it'll make it up in the long run.
Yeah, but if they can charge $5 more per bottle, I don't think
then they're okay.
They'll deal with it.
Yeah, they'll go to therapy and they'll be fine.
They can pay for it.
That's right. Got a question? All right, let's go to Sarah and bury that sucker. Angie, check that volume on your end.
Now she's blushing.
Give her as much volume as you can give her on that, Angie.
Michael, how long would you lay down anyway?
Are you getting nothing out of her?
Lay down the what?
How long would you lay down the 09 Pinot?
How long could you lay it down for?
Oh, okay. The question is how long did you... The picture came out really good, but the audio was terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I think this could... So this was 09. We released it in 2010. And to be brutally honest, when we brought this out in 2010, it was you said no. You didn't. It was still tight.
Like it was like
it didn't. You poured it, and it was. It had not evolved. I don't know if it was bottle shock or some issue, but
it sure was.
It was not ready to show.
No.
And so we sat on it until I think January of 11. And then finally we brought it out, and it was like, okay, it's starting to show well now. So, and it is evolving. So we've had it now for what? Just pouring it for a little over a year now in the bottle, and I think it's evolving quite nicely. Again, on beginning of 2011, it was all cherries. The spice layer wasn't quite as prominent, and
Right.
as it sits in the bottle more and more, that spice is coming out.
coming up.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that a lot.
So
So I think it's got probably at least 2 more years, at least 2, if not more.
I've been looking at '06 Pinots that we have in the room here, and I'm liking them.
Yeah.
I'm all over them.
Yeah.
So
I also have to have the caveat, this is our very first Pinot, so it's not like I've got 10 vintages ahead of me that I know exactly what the runway is
But
for
I
that.
bet you could put a little time on it. This has got plenty of fruit.
Yeah.
There's lots of structure there. There's plenty of room for that to lay down. I would lean more
Maybe.
probably 4 years.
But
I mean,
at the same time, we kind of build them to drink young right now. I mean, this is not like a Burgundy where they craft them in such a way where you got to lay them down for 4 or 5 years
Right.
before you really jump into them. So
Well, and the thing for you folks watching, especially in the Pinot, buy a case of wine and open them up in increments as you go along. You really get to see the progression.
Yeah.
We see it in the tasting room all the time because we're opening them, through the whole season.
Yeah.
But it's really
I think I love that. And then I also recommend, in addition to doing that, is keep a journal. And when you drink a bottle with your friends, write down some of the things that you tasted, and then watch as it evolves as you go through that whole case. And
Or if you have a smartphone, take a picture of it and then put a little note with it. And you have I had a couple that were in the tasting room today, and they were just freaking out on all the wines.
is there an app for that?
I think there is. And she,
We should create an app for that.
you just told 10
my
million
God.
people are all going to know now. Now
Yeah,
they're
but
going
they
to be
don't
working
know
all
how
night.
to code.
Oh, no. And I know somebody that knows how to do that.
Okay,
To actually,
do that.
But they took a picture and made notes on each of the wines so they could, because they were really digging all the wines that we were showing them. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, I think you got in some of that. Yeah, it was good. They were nice folks. They're going to be really good
I got
customers.
some publicity.
I think you got a little spin on that.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
I think they were playing with one of your wines.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no argument there. So Pinot Noir, retail price on that $40. If you're a Cellar Club member, you get 15% off.
$6, that'd be $34.
$34. I like that, Mr. Math. I like that. But a beautiful wine and ageability, not a big problem. You got
Drink it now. It's
Yeah.
lovely.
No, it's pouring really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, love that.
Do we need to pull more names out? We're not getting any calls.
No, we're not, but that's okay. It gets a little more interesting when the max we've ever done is 8, but we don't have the suede factor, so that we do have the Kaplan factor because he's in there a few times because he comes in and does the tasting. What am I supposed to do, right? You can't turn him off. Al's probably watching, going, "Yeah, you better. I'm coming in there with my attorney." He
is an attorney, isn't he?
No, he's a doctor.
He plays one on TV?
No, he's a doctor
he's a
and an
doctor.
actor too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Actually, a really good actor. We saw his show. He was real good.
What kind of show?
A little theater over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They called it Theater in the Box or something. They called it. I mean, you're sitting in the. You're not in a big audience somewhere. You're right, almost like on the set. You're just like, yeah, they're playing right here.
Okay.
It's tough. I couldn't imagine it. Uh-oh, don't fall
heckle him?
down. Okay. So the next one we've been waiting to have, and I am a big Merlot fan. Let me just do this, Nick-Rooney here.
I'm bringing this one back.
Bring that back. So we switched glasses because we're going to go to a red wine, a Bordeaux blend.
No,
Well, I mean a Bordeaux wine.
varietal,
Yeah.
not a blend.
No, it's not a blend.
100%
100% Merlot. 2006, and let me just say something here, okay? I don't care what you thought about that dumb movie. There is no excuse to walk past Merlot. You are missing it big time. And
Agreed.
I'll tell you what.
Agreed.
This is pouring as nice as you could ask a wine to pour. It's Alexander Valley fruit, so it's opposite the vineyard for the Russian River. It's more on the eastern side of the Russian River. A little warmer.
Yep.
I find the wines in Alexander Valley and all of yours, you've got a Syrah, a Petit Syrah, a Malbec, and the Zinfandel and the Merlot. They all have that similar characteristic of that silky finish, which really is, it's part of that appellation.
And something that we're really striving for when we make the wines. I mean, having that texture and the finish is so important, and just silky.
The fruity nose on this,
Don't
right?
you love that?
That's amazing. Oh, it's just jumping right out of here. So all of my naysayers, they come in and, no, I'm not into the Merlot thing. I go.
You don't know what you're missing.
Yeah, you need to just taste it. Retail price on this is what, $28?
Yes, 28. That's right.
Stupid. What were you thinking? That's crazy. $28.
I was thinking the stupid movie is what I was thinking.
Oh, but you know what? The bottom line, people really dig the nice Merlots, especially the soft ones like this. Oh,
That is-
luscious. What's wrong with
I
that?
love that. Yeah.
Now it's a 2006, so it's had some time to really age in the
so
in the
smooth.
bottle.
That is so smooth.
It's soft. The tannins are firm. They haven't fallen off. The fruit hasn't fallen at all. The color is fantastic, so it's holding up, aging very well. Again, you could lay that down longer. It's just going to get softer and prettier.
Yep.
But again, to your point, what are we
It's
doing?
made to drink right now.
Yeah, it's like go baby go.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And I mean that is pouring.
I really like this. So the what's interesting is the 05 was a little bit of an anomaly. I mean, that was that was such a heavy tannin wine. The 04 was like this. It was so soft, fruit forward, just beautiful. 06 and then the 07 behind this.
Don't I have some 04? I have a couple bottles of 04.
Just the 05. I think that's pretty much sold out, right?
The 04? I thought
You
I
have.
snapped.
You may have a couple.
I may
bottles
have
of
them
the
for
04.
some weird thing
Yeah.
and I never did anything, and I have them. I think I need to.
It's
drink.
in the library. I think.
Yeah, I think they're in the library.
Yeah.
So you can have a vertical 04, 05, 06. It wouldn't be too many, but the verticals
That's
are
another
kind of
fun thing to do. Yeah, taste the whole vertical together, have a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we
love
do that?
Yeah.
And have you hosted?
Not for free.
Well, nothing's free.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Can we do that?
Sure. I'll bring an 07 too.
Ooh. Oh wait, have I had? No, I've only had the 07 of the Zin. I haven't had
Yeah,
the
you stole Dan's bottle when I left it behind by accident.
Well, it was not even labeled.
That was my fault.
It was a shiner, and it ended up at my house. And I'm going,
What is
God,
this?
I've had this a year.
Yeah.
This is not making its rounds at all. We're getting rid of this right now. So Merlot, don't walk past Merlots. Oh man, it's a big mistake. That's a beautiful wine. If you're having ribs or something fun like that, a barbecue, man.
Yeah.
This is the stuff, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, and if you come in the tasting room, order dinner from the local restaurants, go get some. You know what this would go with? Jack and Tony's has a lamb shank.
I was thinking a big pork chop or something like that.
A lamb shank.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow, you got to be like killing me. In fact, it was so funny. I ordered this lamb shank because I always eat at the bar because I never have time to like sit down and really eat. So I'm eating at the bar, and they went to give me a knife, and I went, "Are you joking?" I took the fork and went like, "This thing just
fell apart."
Fell
Yeah.
apart. But this would have gone. This would have been perfect with that.
We did a winemaker dinner, and the chef prepared it was almost like a, you had like pulled pork before?
Yeah.
He did like pulled rabbit. Ooh. It was rabbit meat, and it was so good. And this actually paired, it was like done over
And
a
it
bed
tastes
of
like chicken.
fresh pasta, and it was so good. It was a little more it was richer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, much richer than
But this would
the
hold
chicken.
up to that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, love this Merlot. We're going to sell the heck out of this. Hey, let's see if we can find a winner here somewhere in this little bag. Look at this bag, Angie. Get a shot. These people don't believe me. I pulled I was looking for suede names. I just didn't want it to get all the way to 8, and then all of a sudden
He's going to win again.
Well, it's like
He would be lynched.
No, I'll be lynched. They're going to kill me first. So let's see if we can get somebody. And
Okay.
I can't wait to call Holly. Oh, is she going to be, what do you think, Ans? Is she going to be like freaking out or what? All right, who do we got? Solomon Busley, B-A-U-S-L-E-Y, a 916.
Ooh, Sacramento.
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 Solomon, you have won 7 bottles of wine, but you got to
Yeah.
call me before I get done chatting.
Do you throw these back in if they don't?
No, I hold them out until that. I have a whole thing over here full of them that are out.
Who's that?
Oh, here we go. Michael
First name.
DePold. D-E-P-O-L-D. DePold.
Oh, no phone number.
408. 408.
San Jose.
San Jose, right?
Yeah.
You have just won 7 bottles of wine, but
You got to
you gotta
call.
call. You got to be tuned in to win. That's what it takes. Gotta love it. All right, so let's recap what we've got going on. Next Thursday, not this Thursday, the Thursday after is comedy. Here's how it works. Real simple. You make a reservation, by the way. If you don't make a reservation, you're probably not going to get in. We're almost sold out. There's no fee, although we have premium seating. At premium seating, four top, you have to buy 2 bottles of wine. That's the deal. But among 4 people, no big deal.
2 Gann Pinots, that's only going to set you back $80.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah.
Right? Divided by 4, everybody's having fun.
$20?
Yeah,
That's great.
come on, right?
Yeah.
So, comedy starts at 8:15. Dustin Saylor starts playing at 7:30 and then takes a break at 8:15. We have comedy till 9 o'clock. It's been a big hit. Everybody's digging it. You gotta reserve your seat.
Not this Thursday.
No, the Thursday after.
After that.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got to come and check that out. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
And we're going to have a lot of fun with that. Yeah, this is our 3rd comedy show that we've done.
So is it? Do you actually have comedians lined up, or is it
Real
is it-
comedians.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
it's not
these are-
like it's not open mics.
Oh, no. These are real,
These
like
guys are
on television.
like legitimate comedians.
Legit. Totally legit. Absolutely.
Okay.
The real deal. Some of them have
Pretty
their own
funny.
TV shows and funny.
Okay.
Yeah, they're funny.
Great.
You know, but if they're not, well, just yell at them or something. But no.
Heckle them.
Heckle them a little bit. Won't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So big fun on the 2nd Thursday of every month. We've got comedy. Wednesday night we've got Ricky Allen Ray, and then Thursday we've got Dustin Saylor, and then on Friday John Pita. John was on fire last Friday. Man, was he playing good. And then we've got Billy Kingsborough. Man, this band
So hot.
They won the San Francisco contest at the Hard Rock Cafe, the Battle of the Bands. They're representing San Francisco against 80 other venues all over the world.
Serious competition.
Serious, big time. They are knocking it out, just knocking it out. These guys have been playing together for 8 months,
That's all?
and they're smoking out of the gate. Just crazy. Billy's maybe 22, 23.
Wow.
And his lead guitar player, he's like 20. And it's a bunch of young guys playing
They
cool
can't even
music.
have wine. Bummer for
Well,
them.
he can't. Billy can. The other guy. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I mean, it is.
8 months and they're that good?
Oh yeah. Oh, please. I mean, well, when you're winning,
They got a
that
record
kind of-
deal?
Well, at some
That
point,
might be next.
it's a studio
And you
away.
can say you knew them back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see them here, and then someday they're not going to be here. Someday they're going to go, Scott, come on, we're rock stars. We love your plays, but, really?
We're going to be at HP Pavilion. Come on down and see us.
No, if they win this whole thing, they go to London and play with Springsteen. So,
Well, that would suck.
yeah, right?
Right.
Gotta love that. So, come and see Billy Kingsborough. Oh, I forgot. And we did something cool last Sunday, which we've never done before. We did $5 mimosas.
I saw that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
$5 mimosas, but dig this. You get to order brunch from Ironstone, and they bring it right here,
Yeah.
plated in the whole 9 yards
Yeah.
with our $5 mimosa.
Is that on Sunday?
And that's on Sunday. Rock and roll. Doesn't get any better than that.
And what's a week from Sunday?
A week from Sunday is another Sunday.
Mother's Day. Oh, that might go
Whoops.
over well.
Yeah, so bring mom down to the tasting room, $5 mimosas.
mimosas.
You gotta love that. Brunch right here. You don't have to wait. No crowds, nothing. You don't have to wait in line at the restaurant. Make a big reservation. No big deal. I'll have the games on for the guys if they want to watch, the baseball stuff, and we'll have music playing. And
Don't forget Mom.
And Mom, you got to take
forget
care of
Mom.
Mom. We don't even give Mom a rose if she comes in. How about that?
That would be
Our
smart.
roses in our garden are starting to really push, so we'll do that.
Okay.
We'll do that. All right, so Merlot. Love it. Get back in the game on Merlot, man. Don't walk away from the Merlot. And all of the wines from the Gann Family Cellars. He's got some of the best varietals going. You've got it all. Your Syrah 07 is smoking. It's
like that?
Yeah. And we just shipped the wine club the Petite Syrah, double gold, best of class. Can't go wrong with that. That's
Not a better Petite Sirah in the country.
nobody, no doubt about it. Well, I do want to thank you for coming in. I want to thank you for hanging in there, trying to get our
Get through the
broadcast.
technology issues. I'm glad you solved them.
I have not done one show that I started with the equipment working like a champ. But I'll guarantee you, next week, flawless, baby.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I will have every driver known to man on this. I can load so much junk on here. You cannot believe.
It's a beast of a machine.
It's a beast, man. Gal told me, she goes, she was just a super geek. It was so funny. She's going, this is a, she said beast. This is a beast, right, Angie? Is that what she said? This thing is a beast. You'll never, ever have to upgrade. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. So,
Until we spill wine on it.
well, that's a problem, and
Yeah.
we'll have to deal with that. But oh well,
well.
that's what our insurance is for. So I want to thank you for tuning in. I want to thank you for being here and being my guest as always. This is where you discover wine one sip at a time. Here at Cellars of Sonoma. Next week we've got John Bambury in from Bono. Back from China. Oh, I got a great story for you. Wait till you find out.
Yeah.
And we will see you next week live here at Cellars of Sonoma. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now, guys.